Hi there, this is Datila, and welcome to Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Saturday, November 25th, 2023, and tonight I'll be talking about WWE Survivor Series, and I'm not alone. Joining me for this review is none other than Michael 101591. What's
How
up,
you doing
Michael?
tonight, guys? I'm doing good. Thank you to Datila once again for always having me on these reviews. These are so fun, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be a co-host.
Great, I'm glad to have you on. So we have a lot to talk about, obviously,
Yes.
but let's start with the biggest talking point. After much speculation and after verdict denial by WWE, CM Punk returned tonight after the men's War Games match. Best in the world, yeah. I'm wearing my CM Punk GTS shirt. I have not worn this shirt since he left the WWE. Not worn this. It's been sitting in my closet for years, for like 10 years now, I guess you could say.
I'm glad you kept it for that long.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I wish I could have found mine somewhere.
So obviously, people on social media were like, "Oh, WWE was teasing this." Of course, they denied everything. They denied everything, and there was a lot of speculation. Like everybody thought CM Punk was going to show up tonight. There was a part of me that was kind of like, I don't think he was going to show. It was too obvious that he would be, But when I heard that music play, I immediately looked around and I was like, I don't see any flying pigs. So I guess hell must have froze over because CM Punk made his grand return to the WWE tonight after being fired by AEW, back in August?
Yeah.
So here we are now. What was your immediate reaction to CM Punk coming back?
My reaction was when his theme music played, and I heard Cult of Personality, I was like, yes, he's back. CM Punk, CM Punk. I was just, just chanting hard at CM Punk returning because I was like, wait a minute, is this really happening? And he came out there. He was looking around at the entire crowd. He was just, taking it in with the fans, and it made for a good moment. I know there are going to be some people say, "Oh well, CM Punk is a sellout because he went back to WWE." But whatever CM Punk has done in the past, hopefully this time, he could eventually keep his mouth shut and not cause any drama in the WWE locker room, because if he does, it's going to be taken care of by Triple H.
First of all, I don't think CM Punk would even get away with the stuff that he got away with in AEW. I think that he would get the boot even before he tries to pick a fight with anybody.
Mhm.
Speaking of drama, though, you saw the video. You told me about it, and I saw it too. Apparently, Seth Rollins was like flipping off CM Punk, and he did not seem happy CM Punk was there. I think it's a work. I think that Seth Rollins, whether he likes CM Punk or not in real life, I think that if they plays their cards right, they can have a money-making feud with them.
Yeah, I think so too, because I know that Rollins went out there and called CM Punk a cancer to pro wrestling. So I think that's going to be involved in a real life storyline here, where you're going to have Rollins and Punk feuding, and hopefully this will lead toward a big match between the both of them, maybe at WrestleMania. I think that would be the right time to do the match.
And another thing too, like he was being restrained by Michael Cole of all people. You really expect me to believe that Seth Rollins can't overpower Michael Cole?
He could overpower Michael Cole. I mean, like when I saw him flip off CM Punk, it looked like he was being real about it, because of like I said before, he called Punk a cancer to pro wrestling, and I just felt that it might come off as a work, but also with it being real as well.
And I think that that's the best kind of story you can give. It's when there's a little bit of a little hint of realism in it. Like I said, if they play their cards right, that's a money feud.
Yes,
I mean, Seth Rollins, from my understanding, doesn't like Cody Rhodes, and he worked with Cody Rhodes. He put over Cody Rhodes, so I don't
absolutely.
think I don't think that Seth Rollins would refuse to work with CM Punk, especially if there's money to be made.
Yeah. And also, Triple H went out on the Survivor Series post show and said that signing CM Punk was a last minute thing.
Yeah,
And what now Punk, being in WWE again, is this going to cause a rift in the locker rooms now?
who
Because
knows? I guess you got to wait and see. All right, so okay, so Fightful Select reports that on November 19th, they were told that let me rephrase that. They were told that on November 19th, CM Punk and Triple H had a very productive hour-long conversation that mended fences between the two. Word from Punk's side of the conversation reflected that of what Triple H said at the press show conference. It says that Triple H confirmed Fightful's previous reports that talks had not happened between the two sides until rumors heavily died down and it actually didn't look like a deal was happening. At the post-show presser, Triple H said that any reports of a deal prior were purely speculation and that it came together very quickly. WWE confirmed to the official agreement happened today, and sources per Punk claimed that as of Saturday morning, no contract was signed. So here's an interesting thing to allude to what we said about Seth Rollins. So it says here Fightful Site goes on to report, as it pertains to main event talent being upset, there were numerous talents on the roster in general upset, just as there were some excited, curious about every emotion. Talents were pulled aside just before the WarGames match and told that CM Punk would be returning at the conclusion of the show. At least one talent claimed legitimately to be upset by the return of Punk, and both Drew and Seth Rollins looked visibly angry. We haven't confirmed whether or not those are actual reactions, but they were at least claimed to be for obvious reasons. So there you go. It could potentially be a work or may not be, but like I said, if they play their cards right, there's money to be made.
that's true.
So while we're on the topic, the men's War Games match, it was Team Cody Rhodes versus Team Judgment Day. This tonight also marked the ground return of Randy Orton, and I kid you not, I was legitimately worried for Randy Orton because you know how at the beginning they teased that Randy Orton wasn't there and that Randy wasn't going to show up. The reason why I was worried was because I was like, oh my god, people are gonna start thinking CM Punk is gonna come out, and when he doesn't, they're gonna. I thought they were gonna boo Randy Orton.
Yeah, I had that same reaction too.
I thought they were going to boo him, so I was really worried for him. Luckily, he got an amazing reaction. The crowd popped for him. So, and
I'm
I
glad he
really
did
like
that.
that fake cash in tease at the before he came out. What about you?
I thought it was, I thought it was all right. Oh, but I knew it wasn't going to happen because they keep on teasing the cash in between, Damian Priest, and he wants to cash in on Seth Rollins and get his hands on the World Heavyweight Championship. But I have a sense that that is not going to happen. Maybe until the new year. I think Damian Priest is going to cash in that briefcase in the new year. Maybe he might do it at WrestleMania. I think that would be a good time for him to cash it in. So
A
that's my
repeat of
prediction.
WrestleMania 31.
I think probably.
I could see that. But my favorite spots in this match was when everybody attacked Dominik. Poor Dominik. When they did, I was afraid for JD McDonagh here when they threw him off the cage and Randy caught him with the RKO.
Everybody online, they keep making fun of JD McDonough's name and they keep on calling him, oh, JD McFlurry, JD McFly, like that. They love to make fun of his last name. I think he's a very talented wrestler.
He is. But I think it was a great call for Team Cody to win this match. They needed to win this match. There's, like I told you last time, there's a story to be told with Judgment Day losing. There's a lot of implications. Rhea Ripley won her match, but we'll get into that when we get to her match. And Damian Priest was the leader Team Judgment Day. So there's quite a story to be told here, and I cannot wait. I actually cannot wait for Monday Night Raw. We had the return of Punk,
Same.
the return of Randy Orton. Is especially in this match, there was a moment between Jay and Randy where it kind of looked like he was gonna hit him with an RKO. Is Randy Orton gonna hit you with an RKO? Is he gonna hit Rhea Ripley with an RKO? God damn it, I cannot wait for Monday Night Raw. You?
Yeah, Monday Night Raw, I think it's become, watchable now. Now that we got CM Punk back, now we got Randy Orton back. I can't wait to see what, they're gonna do going into Monday, with, the fallout from the show.
Oh, Monday Night Raw is about to hit its highest viewership ever.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a must-see show on Monday.
The question is, do you open with Punk or do you make people wait till the very end?
I think you wait to the end. I think if I was booking the show, I would wait until the end. You just don't want Punk to go out there in the beginning and say what he has to say, and then have him call the night. Have that
That's
little build.
that's true because you definitely want people to tune in and you want to keep people till the very end.
Yes.
So you don't if you open with Punk, people are just gonna tune in to see Punk and then probably turn it off.
Yeah, and that's
So
and that's the main problem, with WWE and how they book the show, how they create the show. It's just, oh, they're coming on. They've got to say what they got to say. All right, we're gonna turn the channel to something else.
yeah.
Nothing's gonna keep my interest.
But overall, what were your thoughts on this men's War Games match?
I thought this was an awesome main event. I thought it was, very good. I like that, Randy Orton, he was very good after, almost I think like a year, maybe or more than a year. He comes back and he showed no signs of ring rust.
Yeah,
He looked good coming off of double back, a double fusion back surgery that he had.
yeah, definitely. I think this is a really great match. I enjoyed it top to bottom. I couldn't complain about it.
And then the RKO delivered to him by from JD McDonagh was just absolutely great.
Randy still got it. I'm surprised he didn't get "You Still Got It" chance, but he's right.
And do you know during the night, like during the War Games matches, the crowd was just chanting "We want tables."
What is it with people in tables? Like seriously, they're always chanting "We want tables," no matter
And then
what.
and then when Sami Zayn took out the table, just the crowd just roared at that.
Yeah. All right. So Survivor Series tonight kicked off with the women's War Game match. It was Team Damage Control versus Team Bianca. I thought this was a fun match. Some of my favorite spots were when Damage Control treated Team Bianca like pinatas and started hitting them with the sticks. I also like Io Sky jumping off the top of the cage with the trash can on her. But I think the wrong team won here. I think Team Damage Control should have won this match because you right the wrongs of the past. I get it. I guess Bayley has now become the weak link. Yeah, they should
Yeah,
get that lady from the
sadly,
weakest link and be like, "You are the weakest link. Goodbye."
sadly, and I'm a huge Bayley fan, so it's tough to see her in this position.
I get what they were trying to go with. I get why Team Bianca won. They're obviously gonna kick Bayley. Obviously gonna give Bayley the boot, but I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon. I thought you right the wrongs of the past and have Damage Control win this.
Yeah, originally I thought it was going to happen tonight. I thought uh, they were going to do something, and then Bailey was going to get, kicked out of Damage Control. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But it's going to come. It's going to come very soon because I think Bailey is in desperate need of a baby face turn. I think she's just getting stale as a heel.
Yeah, I definitely think so. The baby face, the return of the hugger incoming. I definitely think.
I think so. I miss Bailey's hugger gimmick.
Same. But like I said, Team Bianca won, and it's bye bye Bayley.
I thought it was a decent women's War Games match. Although it was a little botchy in some spots, the main spot that I liked in the match was Io Sky putting the trash can over her and jumping off of the cage and taking out everybody. I thought that was amazing. and Charlotte Flair, going to the top of the cage, land the moonsault. I mean, Charlotte does awful moonsaults. She needs to learn how to do a good one.
I thought this was a fun match overall, though. I really liked it. Great way to kick off the pay per view.
I thought so too. And then the whole thing with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, they end up hugging, which that gave the crowd, a chance to cheer for them. I thought that was really nice.
Same. All right, so then we get the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. It's Gunther versus The Miz. I thought this was also another great match. And I have to say, props to WWE. They made me believe The Miz actually had a chance of beating Gunther here. But
Shockingly.
yeah, it was see, Damage Control had to win. Like, they got a fifth member, and it felt like they had to be pushed, right? That's what I felt too. So after, especially that one spot where The Miz low blowed Gunther, I was like, oh my god, that's it, that's over. But nope, Gunther ended up beating The Miz by submission after he put him in the Boston Crab. So, what were your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was a good match here. The Miz was surprisingly, good, even though, his offense, in previous matches were terrible. But WWE made us believe that the Miz, had a chance against Gunther. At first, going into this match, I was like, all right, this is going to be a squash match. Gunther is just going to beat the Miz in like 5 minutes. But I like that they actually gave it some time and made us believe that the Miz could, beat Gunther. I mean, that skull crushing finale that he did later on in the match got the whole crowd to erupt at that, thinking that he had a chance at winning the Intercontinental Championship again. So I thought that was, pretty cool.
Gunther, your next Royal Rumble winner. I agree. I think he's definitely winning.
Yeah, I
I
think
never
he's gonna win.
seen. I've never really seen in recent years someone kick out of a low blow and a finisher. So I was like, oh shit, Miss is gonna win. Kind of thought so too. But you know what? I can't complain. I still think Chad Gable should be the one to take the title off of him. It seemed like they were building him up.
I think that's gonna happen. I think Chad Gable's gonna get another shot at Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I think he's gonna be the one to take that title off of him.
My question is, if Gunther wins the Royal Rumble, if he's the favorite to win this, I think he's gonna win as Intercontinental Champion. That's what I think. But then it becomes a kind of a like, what do you do? Do you take the belt off of him before WrestleMania? Do you have him go on to face to WrestleMania? And more importantly, who does he face? Especially now that CM Punk is back, I don't think he's facing Seth Rollins.
No. You know what my idea would be? Make them have the Intercontinental Championship on the line in a Royal Rumble match. So I think that would be a way for, if Gunther gets eliminated, it will come down to Gunther and Chad Gable. Have Chad Gable, eliminate Gunther, and Chad Gable could be the new Intercontinental Champion.
Okay.
I mean, that's my idea of it. And this is, I think, Gunther is now 533 days as the Intercontinental Champion.
One is going to lose their title first, him or Rhea Ripley.
That's an interesting thing to think about. That's kind of tough.
Definitely. All right, so next we get Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. This was not a bad match. I wish it would have gotten a little longer. I kind of wanted to see that lucha libre style here, especially because Santos Escobar could do the lucha libre style. I felt like that would have added something more to this match. I feel like this match was just a little tad short. But nevertheless, it was a great match. Really happy Santos Escobar got the win here. Because I felt like he needed the win more than Dragon Lee. Yeah, Dragon Lee was undefeated, but I don't think losing here hurts Dragon Lee. Santos Escobar needed the win. What are your thoughts on this match?
I thought the match was okay. Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee, they're both very talented. You had to have Santos win the match. And, the only reason why Dragon Lee was put into this is because Santos ended up injuring Carlito on SmackDown last night by injuring his arm. And Dragon Lee ended up going to Nick Aldis and saying, I'll be the one to take on Santos Escobar. So Nick Aldis liked the idea. He made the match, but without a doubt, we're going to be getting Santos Escobar versus Carlito at some point, and that's going to be a very good match there.
Definitely. Santos making too many enemies so fast. Yes, he is. The
Even Michael
reason
Cole on commentary was trashing him.
I think Rhea will lose at WrestleMania. And I don't think so. Because Becky doesn't have much to gain by beating Rhea Ripley for that title. I'd say that Rhea Ripley, if she defends against Becky, Rhea's going to beat her. I
I'll
don't
say
think Becky.
this. I'll say this. As long as it's not named Charlotte Flair.
That's funny. I didn't read this one. The reason that match felt like a filler was there was no build up to the story and it felt rushed. Yeah, I
Yeah,
could kind of see that, but it still wasn't a bad match. But I would have appreciated a build.
yeah.
So
There was no story to it. It was just Dragon Lee going in there to replace Carlito. I
yeah,
mean, I would have preferred it had a lucha libre type style in the
right.
match, but
All right.
unfortunately, we should have gotten that.
All right, last but certainly not least, the WWE Women's Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Zoey Starks. I thought this match was pretty decent, but I have to say, out of all the matches on the card, this was probably the most predictable one.
Yes.
And I wasn't a huge. Let me see. Charlotte probably already asking for her next title shot
Oh yeah,
backstage.
she'll politic her way to get another shot.
I think they figured Carlito Santos was a SmackDown match. Yeah, probably. Now, the match itself, Rhea Ripley versus Zoey Starks, wasn't a bad match. But unlike with Gunther versus The Miz, WWE did not make me think Zoey Starks was going to beat Rhea Ripley. There was not a moment in this match where I was like, "Oh my God, Rhea's actually going to do it." She's gonna no, and unfortunately, that kind of like I said, this was the most predictable match of the entire card. Anybody who thought Zoey Starks was going to win, I really. But what were your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was just okay. I mean, very predictable. We all knew going into the match, Rhea Ripley was going to retain uh, the Women's World Championship, and Zoe Stark, she is good in the ring. She's talented, but it's just that they're booking her like, oh, the crowd doesn't even care. The crowd doesn't even know, who she is. WWE placing her with Trish Stratus really didn't do anything for her. And, the crowd just like, oh, who is this woman? I think they need to build her up more and get the fans invested in her. That's
Well, I did think it was somewhat of a good showing for Zoe Starks. Like I said, what killed it for me was like it was just too obvious Rhea was going to win this. There was nothing that screamed Zoe Starks is going to beat Rhea during this.
yeah,
Becky is the only threat for Rhea. Personally, I like what you put there will live at Mania. Okay. It was a pretty
that
good
could work.
match. It was entertaining, but it needed more hype for Zoe. True
I
that.
agree.
Rhea has no one to fight because Jade can't get a title so fast. So when she hasn't even wrestled at all, most recent butchers could be that kid. I still say Shayna Baszler. There's a story there. I mean, Shayna Baszler was NXT Women's Champion. Didn't Rhea Ripley take the NXT title off Shayna Baszler? There's your
Yes.
story right there. I don't know why WWE.
Shayna Baszler, I think, was champion for I think 2 years down in NXT.
There's your story right there. I don't know why WWE hasn't done that yet. I don't know why
That's
they keep
creative
trying
for
to
you.
force. I don't know why they keep trying to force um Shayna Baszler into these tag team matches. Seriously,
Yeah, how many tag team partners has she went through?
I don't know. But overall, on a scale from 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, what would you rate tonight's show?
I would rate it. At first, I was going to give it a 7 out of 10, but then you had Randy Orton come out, make his return, and then you had CM Punk, returning. Which we didn't think that CM Punk was going to return because the show had the trademark on the right hand side, thinking that the show was going to be over. But then CM Punk came out to much of a surprise to the fans, and with CM Punk coming out there returning, it bumped my rating. So I would give the show a 8 out of 10.
Nia, Natty, Ronda, Shayna as a tag team specialist. LL. Yeah, unfortunately. They feel like they did the Bray Wyatt thing of last year. The show ends and they put the little logo on, and then, bah, you know.
Yeah, that was kind of like what Triple H used to do in NXT. Like when the show would end, it would have the trademark, and then it would go off, and then something else would happen.
Yeah. For me, let me see. I need a Punk Reigns Heyman reaction over Punk. I need a Roman Reigns Paul Heyman reaction over Punk. I do too. I need to see that. For me, on a scale from a 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. The reason why, I will say this before I get into reasons, I will say this regardless of whether, even if CM Punk was not on tonight's show, I still think that it was a pretty decent show.
I
The
agree.
reason why I give it an 8 out of 10 was for two reasons. One, the Santos Escobar Dragon Lee match didn't have enough built to it. And number two, Rhea's match was the most predictable match of the night.
Of course.
Yeah, so. But with that being said, Michael, where can people find you?
You guys can find me at my channel down here, Michael101591. Subscribe to my channel, check it out. I do WWE reviews for Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. I also review AEW every single week. I also do premium live event reviews, AEW pay-per-view reviews, movie reviews, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates, and I also have old school commercial breaks on my channel. So if you're a nostalgic type person, come out and check out my channel and have some fun.
Good to see Randy back, by the way. Yes, definitely.
And before we end this stream, I want to talk about the news from PW Insider.
Oh yeah, give me 1 second. Let me read this tweet. This comment, my bad. I would give this a 9.5 show if we got every champion to be defended. Okay. What was the news you wanted to read?
Apparently, since we talked about the CM Punk thing with Seth Rollins flipping him off, another thing happened after the show ended. Apparently, according to PW Insider, Drew McIntyre stormed out of the ring after the end of the men's WarGames match. And it says right here, McIntyre stormed into the back. He slammed his locker room door. He threw on a hoodie and immediately left the Allstate Arena. It was obvious to everyone that McIntyre was angry, but no word yet as to why.
I saw the video of that, and apparently he left before CM Punk came out. So
I was thinking that he left the arena was all because maybe of CM Punk.
Again, we won't know. You guys got to tune into Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and also Drew McIntyre not Drew McIntyre. Matt Riddle tweeted out something on X. He ended up saying, "Hey WWE, you thought I was hard to deal with." He ended up putting a laughing face with tears. Have fun with 0-2 at CM Punk.
Again, I don't think he'll get away with a lot of the stuff that he got away with in AEW, but that remains to be seen. We gotta wait and see.
Exactly. But what do you think about the Drew McIntyre news?
Who knows? I mean, it could be a work. It could be that it could be that he knew CM Punk was coming back and he just was like, let me get the fuck out of here before I have to see him. We don't know. And we probably won't know. Honestly. Could it be a work? Maybe. Could it not be?
We'll get an explanation, hopefully.
But with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for your continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I release a new video or I go live. And I'll see you guys Monday after Raw. Bye.
Bye, guys.